And welcome to the St. Louis Park Rec Center. Our 4 of 4 games of 4 horsemen are in the house. Wayzata Trojans.
Well, and this is
the Elks of Elk River Zimmerman ready to square off tonight.
Well, as we talked about last game, P. Wagner, thank you for joining us if you just tuned in. But this Wayzata team has checks in all the right boxes, playing some terrific hockey. But this Elk River team has been turning in the right direction as well, putting points up in bunches. I think if Wayzata is going to have a key to have success against Elk River, it's stay out of the penalty box, because the Elk River power play is running at about a 44% clip, which is very, very impressive. But this Wayzata team plays with discipline. They play sound defense, and they have some offensive players that can certainly put the puck in the net. Player focus would be number 4 on this Wayzata Trojan team. His name is Joel Matthews. He's a very prolific offensive player, 6 goals, 14 assists, 20 points on the season already, in 2 power play goals and 1 game winner already.
Let me tell you something, Jack. You think the media crunch is something now? Wait till tomorrow.
In Turkey Town.
Oh, it's going to be something. Got a couple of undefeateds going at it right here. We got 2 teams. The Trojans in their dark navy blue, gold, and white sweaters. Meanwhile, the homes for the Elks, as they'll hustle in on goal. Mass up front. He is also joined by Michaelis and Humphrey. Humphrey gets around the rink with authority. Now it's going to be the Trojans at the line. Wide of the mark. Played off the right wing wall. Mass ahead. Sliding over to make the play was Michael North. Bounding puck, center ice, controlled by Foss. He'll take this one across the line. Stopped in his tracks there. Now, you and I will, by the end of this week, have called 6 of the Elks games so far this year. We've almost become their hometown voices.
Well, it's always an enjoyable watch. They always give you a great effort, and they got some skill. They play defense. They got a little ruggedness about their game as well. So always an entertaining watch.
In goal tonight, it's going to be Josh Kogel for the Elks, and then the other side, it's going to be number 30, Danny Fraga. Fraga and Wong make up a terrific tandem. They're joined by Esprim and Kogel as well.
And pretty terrific tandem in that respect. I concur.
Kogel will take that one up right off the glove hand. He's going to hang on. The faceoff will come up to his right.
Well, one thing that Wayzata has been known to do throughout the years is they play defense very well. They have solid goaltending. They get in front of all the block shots. But one thing I think is a little bit different this year is they're not challenged to find out who's going to score goals. They're a very good front-running team, so it's up to Elk River to hang with this team or to at least take the lead, because that's where you can get Wayzata a little vulnerable, is when they have to play catch-up.
Puck is fished up the right wing rail, and they'll try to find a way to work the neutral zone, but Wayzata's so good in it, shuts that down. Back behind the net it goes. Turn and play this to the line, held in off the backhand by Carson Peters. Shot, save, Kogel, rebound, puck's rolling, and played out of there by the Elks. Kogel equal to the test so far. He's seen a couple of shots to start this one. Up to the line again. That shot by Peters is ripped wide of the mark. The forecheck was there by Jake Schneider. And it's going to be rolled up into the neutral zone, as it's going to be Dylan Lewis from center. Plays this one back in. Too far for Kogel. Now it'll be Humphrey with it. Across the line. Stays on the puck. Oh, he runs into a Trojan player on the bench. The big turnover. Nice hipper there along the wall by Zach Stroh, the defenseman. Or was that Joe Greniak? Sorry. Sweater number 3. Back up to the line. Bergsland is there.
Oh.
Shitting free. They score! Oh, look at that. The Trojans opportunistic. They get on the board early, and they lead by a score of 1-0.
Well, and I think that was Kimlinger that scored. Jack Kimlinger, the junior forward. That's going to be his 8th goal of the season. But Kogel made a nice initial save, but the puck squirted out into the blue, and he got pulled with his momentum to the right side of his net, and it just went in. But I think it was Kimlinger, number 16 in the blue, that scored that goal for Wayzata. 14-17 left in the first period. Wayzata gets early success. Up to Elk River to respond.
They strike first, and the score reads 1-0 in favor of the Trojans of Wayzata. In the neutral zone it goes across the line. Michael is trying to play that one through. Berglund they score! Oh, look at that. The Trojans, quick jump here. You'll watch this one evolve across the turnover there. Tough spot to have that happen, and bam, into the back of the net it goes.
Yeah, and that's Luke Money that scored that 7th goal of the year. Boy, we're just a couple minutes into this. Wayzata already with a 2-goal advantage. Elk River's got to get the wheels back on the hub, but they're getting in tight on Kojal. That one was they got in deep and just had a relatively open net, so Elk River's got to kind of settle down a little bit and just get back to playing Elk River hockey.
The senior Luke Money delivering, ooh, do I dare say it? Makes the deposit into the bank.
Oh,
Cash
man.
Money.
And I'm sorry about the assist, guys. I can't hear what he's saying. I'm trying like crazy, but I do know the goaltender for the first one was Kemlinger and the next one was Monty, but the assist will have to wait for a little while and get you that information as quick as we can.
Face-off win by Wayzata. Trojans will control.
There's always one piece.
To the near side. Handled now by the Elks. That one's off the glass to the line. Quick snapper in on goal. Oh, nice save there. Fraga saw it last second. Now it's going to be the Trojans in transition. Siemens was there. Now it's going to be handled by the defense. Ferry plays that to his partner on the play now. It's Foss. Back over for Ferry. Ooh, nifty move across the line as he guides it ahead. They'll play this one into the right wing corner. It's awfully tough sledding there to the line. Sent right back in and back out of the zone. Now they go. I mean, Nick Gardner's shot in on goal, and there's another save made by Kojal.
Well, it was a nice zone entry. Elk River a little soft to the blue line, but it was Dylan Lewis, the sophomore forward, that took that shot on top of the left dot. Kojal looked very calm and comfortable. He doesn't look like those 2 early goals have really rocked him at all, which is what you want from a goaltender. Nice short memory. 12:30 left in the first period. Wayzata already up by 2.
Face-off win traffic. Oh. Nice read there by Kojal off the shot from the blue line. Bart, that was labeled to the glove hand side, but he saw it last second.
Yeah, and that was Tommy Berglund. He's got 2 tallies on the year looking for his 3rd marker, but a lot of traffic in front of Kojal. But he did a nice job of tracking that puck, holding onto it.
Trojans have a serious motor here. You can see why they're ranked number 7. That one just misses the
climbing.
Mark. Oh, they're big, they're strong. They handle it, and you know what? They've got players that land in other programs as well. Let's be honest. I mean, they're peppered all over the metro, and it also is the largest school district in Minnesota. It doesn't hurt, but man, they seem to churn out the same type player over and over again. You know how you can look at the United guys and say this is always a very big team with great lateral movement and good skill. Yeah,
they have a personality that has transcended through many years, and having a coach like Pat O'Leary behind the bench doesn't hurt, keeping that continuity as well. But they always bring a very rigid game. They have some talent, they have some finesse, but they aren't afraid to play physical. They aren't afraid to get into the muddy areas, and that's what really has bred Wayzata's success throughout the years, and able to sustain that as well.
Ferry plays over for Foss. He's watched on the play by Fairchild. Back up into center ice area it goes from Wayzata as they pick that off, and it'll be played to the corner with Ethan Schultz giving chase, trolling toward the slot area. That missed Rickard. Shot save Fraga. That one, big rebound there. And it's going to be Fairchild back up across the line. Finds a trailer, give and go. Oh, they got a man in front. Working the serious passing angles there. Nice hustle from left to right by Ben Lutke to come over to make the play. In front of the bench area goes, oh, nifty move inside out. Fairchild tried to create toward the goal mouth area. Ferry has it. He's bothered again by Lutke, and instead it's going to be Kojal just to cover that thing up.
Well, we always talk about the defense of this Trojan team. They're pretty good on the forecheck as well. They take good angles. They're very quick to close gaps, and Kojal just made a decision to hang on to that puck and get some fresh legs out there. Wayzata inflicting their will. 11:08 in this first period. A lot of play down in the Elk zone.
Back off the end boards, they go with it. Trojans working the offensive zone. They've been very sturdy on the puck here tonight. Check thrown off the end boards. To the line. That hits someone on the way in. I believe that was Schneider with the screen. He comes away with it. He has a man in front in Podiak. Instead, it's going to be a wraparound attempt. They nearly found it off Kojal. He'll stay down and cover it up. He is under siege. That thing nearly worked its way to the back of the net.
Well, it took Kojal to get a while to get over to that post, but it was Podiak that actually tried to stuff it in short side. The puck rolled up. It looked like it was rolling up and in, but Kojal did a nice job on a couple of occasions keeping that puck out of the net in some trying moments. Trojans are really just bottling this defensive core of Elk River, not able to get that first pass out, can't get out of their zone.
So for Wayzata, they're going to have games tomorrow at 7:30 against Benilde St. Margaret's, and then at 5 p.m., or check that, at noon on Saturday with Holy Family Catholic. Meanwhile, Elk River will open at 2:30 tomorrow, second game of the day against Cloquet Esco. Carleton played Minnetonka very well today.
Yes, they did.
And then Elk River and Minnetonka will lock horns on Saturday at 7:30 p.m.
Boy, a couple nice matchups to look forward to as this week progresses.
There's some great stuff going on here. JV action starts at 8, 10, 12:30, and 2:30, so they get wrapped up earlier in the day. They kind of carry on this angle from noon, 2:35, and 7:30. I love it. It's been on time all day. It's been really good stuff.
That 8 o'clock draw is kind of a tough one.
Bergsland.
I'm sure they don't mind, though.
Oh, tomorrow morning it's the Red Knights and Wayzata that get to renew acquaintances at 8 a.m.
Always a spirited affair.
One-timer. That's going to be a good one tomorrow night. It always is. There something special about that matchup here?
I agree.
Pass through center. Tristan Sarsland will be playing against his ex-Wayzata mates and Adam Marshall. Front of the bench area. There's sticks everywhere. Now across the line, it's going to be Matthews. Stopped, though. The official with a nice check. Played off the near boards. At center ice, swung on and missed there by Mortensen. Back to the corner it goes. Staying strong on the puck, it's Rickard. He'll try to wrap it around on Fraga. Wayzata with 11 shots on goal to Elk River's 3 with 9:12 to go. 11 shots already. And we're not even halfway through stanza number 1. Ludke back behind. Kojal weaves off. Greniak now in to make a play. It's Fairchild. Boy, I want to see this Wayzata team match up with Edina. I don't know. That would be one heck of a game.
Well, I think any Lake Conference rival, Eden Prairie, Minnetonka, Edina, Wayzata, they all seem to have very solid blue lines, but they have good balance top to bottom on their rosters.
To me, it's a clash, though, Bart. I mean, Edina's a little smaller.
Yep. I was going to say maybe a little quicker, but this Wayzata team seems to have some quickness.
I mean. So you got size with quickness here, and they move it very efficiently. They use each other so well. I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing.
I just think spacing and pacing on Wayzata has always been very solid. They don't exit the blue line, the offensive zone, too early. They really challenge through the neutral zone. I think if Elk River can get some success in the neutral zone, that bodes very, very well. But that's a challenge that they haven't quite answered yet.
Long pass to the left wing across the line. Turned over as the Elks try to clear the zone. Foss reaches for it back behind the net. We're going to outlet to Humphrey. He's going to try and go inside out. Nifty move there. He's got Michaelis in front. Oh, he tried to, I don't know if he tried to make the move or tried to work a sauce there. One way or the other, broken up. Nifty play defensively there by North. Back up to the line. Foss had stopped and turned upside by Lewis.
Here we go.
Not out of the zone it goes. And it's going to be sent down by Ferry, in on goal by Michaelis, and stopped and hung on to. Nice run of opportunities there for the Elks.
Well, that's got to be encouraging. He has to give the bench a little energy. It was Michaelis and Humphrey that did some nice work down low, and I don't want to neglect anybody on that line, but it was a nice shot by Michaelis, right circle. But again, Fraga not tested too many times, but he came up big first team on that one.
7 minutes and 25 to go in period number 1. Thanks for following along here. Follow us at MN Hockey TV on Twitter. We have plenty of highlights that are absolutely rolling from all of the games. We've done 6 today, 5 more tomorrow, and 4 on Saturday. If you're a youth fan, we're going to have the Edina Invitational Championship Sunday for 3 of the levels. And then on Tuesday, Championship Tuesday on New Year's Day.
And that's a fun watch, too. So if you get a chance, tune it in. Always entertaining. We're at the 7 minutes remaining, so 10 minutes into this game. Elk River showing a little life recently, putting some pressure on the Wayzata goaltender, but as Wayzata does, nice clean zone exit. But faceoff is going to be at center ice. Real good time for Elk River to kind of get some offensive flow about them. It seems like they're almost there. If they can just kind of get a couple good shots on goal, that's going to build the confidence and move them forward in a good way.
Statistician Earnhardt Jaworski's Hill-Murray Pioneers clinging to the 4-3 lead after 2 against Burnsville. Are they in the Schwann, or what are they doing? Schwann Cup. So things are changing. We've got a good thing going on here at the Tradition at the Park, and there could be some great stuff for next year from what I'm hearing. A little birdie has told me, so stay tuned. Can't let that cat out of the bag, but trust me, it's definitely rattling. Bergsland. Mass was there. Sent right back in. That center off the skate of Matthews, couldn't handle the puck. Now he's going to play this one back. Bergsland regroups all the way through everyone, and ooh, that hit the goal stick? I guess not. Icing the call.
Well, in player focus, we talked about it before this game started. Number 4 in the blue, it's Joel Matthews. 6 goals, 14 assists, 20 points on the year. Seems like he's one of those players that the puck seems to find him. It just wherever the puck is, you can find him pretty close. But just an errant pass by Wayzata, face-off all the way down.
Shot that misses the mark. Back in from behind the net. North with it. Plays it ahead quickly to Fairchild. Stopped along the way. Nice play there. Rickard's going to play this one in behind. Gets a little bit of help from Schultz on the forecheck off the end boards. Now Butchert is there. That one through the slot area. Elks now look to get something going offensively here with 5:47 to go in the period. Oh, there's a neat pass. That one's deflected off Fraga. That's a one shot on goal there. Earnhardt Jaworski, if you got that one shot. Okay, good job. I'll let him do his job. I'll do mine. Nifty little play to spin away as Schultz across the line. Schultz will shovel this one into the corner. Schneider was there. Not for long, as it's Nelson that plays that one up the wall, but pinching down as the defense, making a nice play there for the Trojan. That's Mortensen. Now from the corner, they're 2-on-2. Played ahead. Little pool cue work there. There's the back check, the support. Gardner plays it right side. Quickly out of the zone they go. Peters moves, puts on the brakes, snaps it. Nice save there by Koljul, who turns that to the right corner. 4:50 to go in the period. Rung up to the left wing side. Stick save turned away. Bounding puck. They'll fire that one back in. Koljul another stick save. He's been busy. Peters reaches over to the backhand, pulls it off the wall to the glass, and out comes Foss with it. Gets underneath. Peters blows by him, and he whistles that one high and wide of the mark. The big carom all the way back into Elks territory, as it's going to be Ferry back in behind the net. Watched on the play by Lewis. Humphrey is there to play that one back behind for Ferry to look to make a play, but look out, here they come with Money. Handles it from the corner up to the line. Bergsland's shot is blocked by Humphrey. How's the shin feeling? And offside at the line.
Well, Wayzata again coming down with numbers. Elk River doing a pretty good job of when they're getting into the trying moments, weathering the storm, and Koljul came up on a couple of occasions to keep his team buoyant. It seems like Elk River, every time they start to get a little traction, this Wayzata team just turns the play back up and into the Elk River zone. So, but Elk River's doing a pretty good job of fending them off. 4:06 left in the first period. Wayzata still hanging on to a 2-goal lead. Elk River showing some life, though.
Battled to the corner, poked back in by the Elks. Bergsland plays this one along to the corner. They look up ice. Jammed on the play was the defenseman Tomczyk. blocked. Nifty job there defensively. That's eating it for the team. Greniak. Here comes Humphrey in on goal. He's dangerous to the backhand. Fraga shuts the door. What a save there.
Well, it was a good move by Humphrey. Showed some good speed coming in. I think he did the move that he wanted to do, but Fraga held firm. Didn't bite on the initial move. He tried to go short side or far side on that one, but Fraga with the pads down stopped that forward progress by Austin Humphrey, and he's a player that can finish plays. So a big save by the Wayzata goaltender. Face off to his right, 3:16 left in this first period.
Yeah, I was looking at Pat O'Leary on that one. He had a lot of hand motions there as to how that broke down. Now here they come off the face-off. Lutke couldn't reel in the rolling puck. He gets it back. North makes the play to him. And here they come. The Elks back up the other way across the line. They look to go inside out. That one's shut down off the side of the mark. And nice job by Wayzata. It's Waggy with it. Oh, he goes inside out over the glass. Nifty play by Per Waggy, the defenseman. Ferry with it. Washed, had to be quick with the mitts there as Siemens was coming in on him. 2.5 to go in period number 1. In front of the bench area, rung right back in behind, cut off by Koljal. Foss now ahead at the line, nifty pass. Humphrey. That misses the mark, and back up into the neutral zone it goes. Nelson rips that one right back in. Wrist shot, that one misses the mark. Again at the line, Nelson, pad save. Nice job there by the Tendy. Frog has been busy. Oh, they shoot, they score! Humphrey stayed true to form and blasts that one behind the net after missing the breakaway. Nice job here as they cut the deficit to 2-1.
No, in fact, he took the big clapper from the left hash mark. So Fraga didn't really get a chance to react on that one. But this has been a very effective line for the Elks so far. But as far as Moss, Michaelis, and Humphrey, they've been very effective pushing the play forward, putting pressure on the goaltender. But that cuts the lead to 1:51 left in the first period. Elk Rivers finally got some energy and some positive results from a lot of hard work.
Reset this one in the neutral zone now at 2-1 in favor of Wayzata. Big goal there for Elk River as they stop the momentum. They've had a couple of good chances as well. In front, oh, that one trickles wide of the mark. Down to 1.5 minutes remaining in the first period. Throw that one at the slot area. Butchard plays that to the neutral zone. Just a hot potato. Get it out of here.
Yeah.
And that's swatted off a stick. Now across the line, Kimlinger. That one high off the glass, and the big carom back up through neutral. On the stick of North. Plays this one ahead, back in behind. They'll play that one D to D. Nifty job to keep that one free. And now on the play, it's Greniak. Outlets to the right wing side. Under a minute to play in the period. Here's Humphrey again. Wrist shot turned aside by Fraga. These shots are starting to close the gap at 16-10 Wayzata after they had like a 11-3 margin at about the 9-minute mark.
Boy, and Humphrey's got a very heavy shot too, and he's not shy about using it.
He'll release it from anywhere as well.
Absolutely. Pretty effective as well.
Turned away from traffic on the play was Mass as he gets that one into the Wayzata zone. They'll fight it up the boards. And a stick on that was Siemens stepping up to help out. Was North wide of the mark, 20 to go in the period, back in behind. There have not been a lot of whistles in this one. It's been really an entertaining period. Nice tempo. Elks now in full stride with Rickard across the line. Back in behind the net. He's bumped by Lewis. And now cut off on the play as they're going to just let the clock grind itself to 0 And there you have it. The score reads Wayzata 2 and Elk River 1 from the Tradition in the Park. We have a great game 4 from today.
Yeah, and it's unfolding to be even better in the second period. But Wayzata came out with some serious energy in the first 7 to 8 minutes, and then Elk River started to kind of chip away. Elk River was probably the better team in the last couple of minutes, but encouraging going into the locker room. I'm sure Coach Ben Gustafson has some adjustments he wants to make. But once that team settled down and started skating and playing Elk River hockey, they started to be pretty effective. Pat O'Leary, what do you tell the guys? They had a terrific period, a couple maybe defensive zone breakdowns, but not a lot of adjustments for the Trojans moving forward. But should be a little bit more wide open the second period, long line changes, so it should be exciting. Don't go away.
Got a special feature here. I did a podcast a couple weeks back. I played this during the Edina Holiday Classic. Author Joe Heasley wrote the book, The Elks, The History of Elk River Boys High School Hockey, and we talk a little bit about what the book is about, how it came about, and some fun little nuggets inside that. Hope you enjoy here between periods. Here you have the score: Wayzata 2, Elk River 1. Great guest here on Hawk Dish as Tom Chorsky's going to step aside for a minute. Can you believe that? Tom Chorsky stepping aside for anything? I'm just kidding. We have Joe Heasley, who wrote a book about Elk River High School hockey history. And when you bring a guest on like this, it's historic. I mean, what's great about this is Joe played high school hockey at Elk River from 95 through 97. He was a part of a team that was in the top 1 or 2 all year long, and so he's connected to the storied history of Elk River. So I thought it'd be very fitting to bring Joe in as we get ready for the Edina Holiday Classic, which features 4 great programs from Elk River to Edina to Eden Prairie and Grand Rapids. Joe, thanks for joining us here on the show.
Hey, Pete, thanks for having me.
You bet. So you come about this book, and I guess we'll start from the very beginning. You grew up in Elk River, played hockey, and you've had a passion for the game, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I moved to Elk River when I was pretty young, 4 or 5 years old, and started hockey shortly after that, and played all the way through in the Elk River Youth Hockey Association, and played high school hockey there for 3 years. And so, yeah, I've lived here a long time. I got a lot of, personal connections to Elk River and Elk River high school hockey.
What got you started on this project, and what made you say, you know what, I'm going to go after this book and tell the story?
I've been asked that a lot lately, and I can't remember why I wanted to start this. It was something. I've always been interested in history, whether it's sports history or U.S. history or world history. And, I obviously, like I said, I have a big connection to Elk River High School hockey. And I just thought it'd be interesting to go back and see, the history of different players and different teams, and kind of how the teams were when they first started out in 1957 and into the 60s and 70s. And because when you're in high school, I didn't really even think about the history. But now that I'm a little older, and I just thought it'd be really interesting to go back and look to see kind of how it all started. And from I still call it a smaller community, 20, 30 years ago. It really was a small community. And to have, 5 kids now come out of Elk River and play in the NHL, I thought that was pretty incredible to do that from a smallish community like Elk River. So that kind of is what got me started into thinking, hey, maybe I can put something together here that people would like to see and people would like to go through, and I think people would like it. So.
And some of these guys didn't just have a cup. I mean, one of them just retired after an incredible career. Paul Martin, obviously, we're talking about.
Yeah.
And, Joel Otto, obviously, was legendary with the Calgary Flames. And, it's when you went into this project, I always find it interesting when you uncover things, the story kind of takes a different tone or turn from what you thought, and maybe it didn't, but was there something in there that concluded with this project that you said, wow, I had no idea I was going to end up here? If so, what was that?
Well, when I first started this, I started it and it was pretty basic. I wanted to chronicle every year, so every year was going to have some just how they, what the team's record was and some of the players that were on the team. And it was just going to be pretty basic. And, I thought, well, maybe I'll do a couple features on some people. And, as I got going, I'm like, I should really add something like, who the captains were or some points leaders. And then I started doing more, and I'm like, well, maybe I should, on each year, maybe I should kind of chronicle and kind of go through how each team did in the section playoffs, and teams that made it to the state tournament. Maybe I should, do like a little game summary of how each, team did in the postseason. And so I went from probably, at the beginning, my book was probably going to be about 60 pages long, with not very much in it. And at the end, I ended up with about 190 pages now. So, I got team pictures from every year. I got a lot of individual pictures from every year. I got 13 different features that I did on past players and a couple teams and a few different coaches. And I started branching out into, I should try to put together a all-time stats list, and I did that. And then I tried to put a list together of hockey alumni in Elk River who went on to coach at various levels, and whether it be high school or juniors or college or even the pros. And and then I kind of did a fun one at the end and it was my top 10 list of who the best players were that played at Elk River High School. So that one might have been a little subjective, but I thought it'd be fun to add in there too.
So what kind of feedback you get in the community in the hockey program with this?
Well, I've actually gotten quite a bit of good feedback lately. I just started selling it the very, very end of October. So really it's only been 5 or 6 weeks. And I started out by printing out about 190 of them, and I just had to reorder a whole new batch about 2 weeks ago. So, in 5 weeks, I've sold a lot of them in those 5 weeks, and I see people around town now or at hockey games, and just the other night or last week, I had about 6 people come up to me at the hockey game and say, "Hey, I bought the book. It's awesome. I'm glad somebody did this. It was fun to look through and see my name in there a couple times and see my picture in there a couple times." And so I've had a lot of really good feedback lately. So.
Well, you also have some features in there. I mean, you go anywhere from Paul Ostby to Joel Otto to Dan Highnote, the state championship team, Tony Sarsland, Blake Hillman, Jake Jeremko, all the way through. So it's not just a compilation. You've got stories on people, too, as well, that have been instrumental to the history of Elk River hockey as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that was probably the funnest part for me was, talking to some of those people like Joel Otto, who I've never talked to in my life before this, and Dan Highnote. And I played with Dan for a year, but hadn't seen him or talked to him in probably 23 years now. Sure. So it was fun to talk to those people. And in the best part I thought about the features is learning stuff about some of their family history. I think it was Marley Glines who graduated here in 1970 or 71. His dad was in either World War I or World War II at the time, and he was in one of the top platoons for the United States during the war. And there was a couple other ones from Paul Martin talking about how he almost chose playing high school basketball instead of high school hockey, and how that would have maybe affected the rest of his life. So it was interesting to hear some of those old stories, not even necessarily about hockey, just these were my parents, this is what they did. I know one of the coaches from around here, Dave Blyle, his dad was a professional boxer in Minnesota, and I think he's in the Minnesota Boxing Amateur Hall of Fame. So it was really interesting, and it was really cool to kind of hear some of those past personal stories.
And that's what makes it real. And, everybody loves the story. And high school hockey is, what I've learned over people don't understand it unless they're a part of it, unless they've grown up in this community and they've participated as a player, fan. I've always said, either you're on the team, you're in the band that's at the game, you're a cheerleader, student manager, or you're a friend of someone. it kind of connects with everybody from a cultural perspective here in the state. And when you can compile it into one piece, it's not only just about the game and the players that came through, it then really becomes about Elk River, the community.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds, I don't want to say cliche, but you can draw your identity through this a little bit. And did you find that when you put this together?
Did I find what again? What did
Well,
you say
I mean,
at the
kind
end?
of in terms of family backgrounds, and this person served in the military. Did this? They had these challenges. Those kinds of things happen. And what you end up doing is you start linking the history of the game to almost the history of the community. So when you go up to the Iron Range towns, whether it's Eveleth or Gilbert or Hibbing, whatever, those stories are super rich and deep, and the high school hockey seems to kind of connect and galvanize the towns. Did you feel that more so than you would have expected when you did this book?
Yeah, I did. Like you said, hockey, in Minnesota it's so big, and nothing against football and nothing against the other sports and basketball and baseball, but like you said, there's just something about hockey where the community, the hockey community, is so strong and so supportive, of everybody, whether you're from Elk River or Edina or up in the Iron Range. So yeah, I've had quite a few people even buy the book, and I try to ask everybody who buys a book when I have a book event, you got a son here? Do you got your husband used to play here? Is this picture going to be in here? Is he a former Elk? And I've had a lot of people say, no, none of my kids even played hockey. I just grew up in Elk River, and I've lived here for 50 years, they'll say, and this is kind of a piece of history for Elk River. So
that's stunning.
I've had a lot of people that have said those things to me. No, I don't have a connection to hockey. It's just I've been here for so long, and that's kind of what they see it as, is just kind of a piece of Elk River history.
What a rewarding piece for you, for sure. Joe Heasley writes the book. It's called The Elks, The History of Elk River High School Boys Hockey. You can get it online at erhshockeyhistory.com. Maybe we'll get you to the point where you need to order some extra books here. I'm going to play this during the Holiday Classic as well. So I think everybody needs to hear this story and hear about your book. And if you're a high school fan and not even from Elk River, I think it would be worth doing. And I think we should have one of these. Wow. Want the difference between this rink and Braemar Arena?
What's that?
I could play that Heasley thing.
Yep.
And another spot. Seriously, Bart.
Yeah,
without having to worry about anything, we'd still come back like this. And I had to cut him off.
He's pretty efficient. He put a good sheet down.
Johnny Olson, we're talking about. I mean, isn't he efficient? I mean, he keeps you on schedule, on track.
And we appreciate that. Say a quick summary of the scoring. It was Wayzata that opened up the scoring. It was Kimlinger scoring his second from Moni and Tommy Bergsland. Then it was Moni scoring his seventh unassisted. Elk River answered with Austin Humphrey scoring his sixth from Dylan Lewis. And actually, I got that wrong. It's Greniak and Nick Nielsen got the assist on that one. My apologies. Shots on goal that period. Elk River with 10. Wayzata was 16. So Elk River closed the gap toward the end of that period.
Troll back up into the neutral zone. Sent back in wide of the mark. Fraga now defending the net to our left. Thanks a lot for joining us if you've been with us all day. We've had 3 really, really good games here, and this is a 4th. We open up the day with a 4-2 win by the Maple Grove Crimson as they remain unbeaten, defeating Lakeville South. Second game of the day was Benilde St. Margaret's 5-3. And then finally Minnetonka with an empty netter 3-1 over the Lumberjacks of Cloquet, Esco, Carleton. Humphrey Dangles just saw Uncle Kyle smiling, very happy that nephew is denting the twine yet again. There they go across the line. Here come the Trojans with a chance there. Siemens on the bid.
Boy, nice save by Kojal on that one.
In stride, it's going to be butchered across the line. That's stopped and turned back up ice by Waggy. Plays this one to the corner, tries to follow it through. Nice check on the forecheck by Siemens. Gets some help behind by Waggy, who plays that cycle to the corner. Siemens jammed off the play. That pass is blocked, poked up the slot. Look out, good feet there. Kojo with the stick. Good hustle by this is a good forecheck by the Trojans.
Well, indeed it was, and it was Siemens that was really putting the pressure on Kojo. Kojo kind of in no man's land, extended the stick out to stop that forward progress. A nice decision by the Elk River goaltender. 15:24 left in the second period. Pretty good energy out of this Wayzata team, but once again the Michaelis line was effective for Elk River, so it's kind of the ebbs and flow of this game. 2-1 advantage Wayzata.
Wide of the mark. High in the air. And it's going to be back in behind the net. Lewis. Mortensen to support. Trojans survey the scene as they'll walk and try to place that one to the slot area. Nothing there. Shallow angle. Kojo positional save there. Didn't even see it. Peters now. Nice little leave off there. Leading into that's Mortensen. That one deflects up over the top of the net and over the top of the goal.
Well, it was a nice job by Jusilla to come out and challenge him, get that stick on it, ramping up out of play. Allows both teams to change some pretty tired players out there. The second period, we harp on this quite a bit, but there's a long line change. If you get bottled up in your zone, your defenders can get pretty tired, and both of these teams are very difficult to defend with tired legs. Face off to Kojo's left.
Helping out with some fans that wanted to know where the game was. That guy was the most respectful of them all. You know, he knew I was on the air and I was trying to help him too much. He's like, get back to it.
Okay, well,
you know,
appreciate that.
a lot of people come up to you. Are you streaming? No, I got a headset on because I'm playing a video game.
Yeah.
Or what do you think?
Trying to get a hairdo.
No, I mean, well, no. If I did, I'd have a rug. I'd color it. I'd whiten my teeth. What I have left of them.
Oh, right.
In on goal. Oh, Bart Archer.
Yeah, I kind of felt the steely-eyed glare when you said that comment. Where do we go from there?
Oh, the rug. Why?
I don't know. I've come to
No,
grips.
I'm serious. I don't. You know, I mean, you look at these guys in the business. They think they're fooling you, and they're just really not.
Not fooling anybody.
No. Just go with it.
If you
go
want
with the Bill Rudy look. It's solid on the Wayzata bench.
Yeah, if you want an elephant in the room, go ahead and bring one.
Look good. Feel good. Own it. Cross the line.
Oh, nice stick. Jeez.
Chopped at, played in by Mass. Fraga is going to transition to center. We got a tight one here at 2-1 and offside at the line.
Yeah, it was a nice step up by Foss on that one. He tried to intercept that pass, so he jumped the route a little bit. But Elk River was caught in the line change. Got caught offsides on that one. 13:43 left in the second period. Wayzata holding on to a one-goal lead. But nice job by Foss. That's the name that we're going to bring up quite a bit tonight. And as far as that goes, it's number 22 in the white. He's a big, long drink of water, but he's got some offensive skill, and he's not afraid to throw the body around a little bit.
Tonight's action presented by Tradition Companies. You can find them at traditionco.com. And by the way, Tradition Capital Bank will be setting up very shortly in the Wayzata area. And if you're living in and around that area, yours truly does business with them. It's a local bank where you're not a number. You are actually a customer, and I'm not kidding you. You get emails, you get calls. They give you heads up on things that are happening. It's not just it's really something. So if you're into capital banking and running a business and those kinds of things, great place to go. You need a mortgage, talk to Eric Hendrickson there as well. If you're looking for homes, they've got plenty of properties strewn throughout the metro area under Homes by Tradition, and Robert Miller Homes will be taking a look at some of their stuff on video between periods tomorrow. There's check thrown there. Stroh off the end boards. No submarine, a check of Rickard down low. There's a shot that rolls up on Kojo. Rebound, nice chance there by Siemens. Really good focus by the Elks goaltender as well.
Yeah, he's been in positions of duress, and he's really answered the bell quite well. Nice job by Ben Ludke. A couple one-on-one battles that he won along the end wall, kept the puck in the Elk River zone, and got that shot on Kojo. So nice work by number 20 in the blue.
Elks off the face-off with 12:45 to go in period number 2. Ooh, big heavy hit there by Ferry. Stopped his man Schneider in his tracks. Left wing on the breakout, they go with it. Drusilla plays this one in deep. Lays the body in on Wagi. He takes it though and gets it out of the zone with Lewis angling from right to left. Oh, look at that inside out move on Ferry. He's gonna get jammed. How's she going? Little sidewalk slam.
Got a second chance.
Followed him up with a boot to the midsection. That was beautiful. Back up to the line.
Boy, a lot of traffic in front of Kojal. Doing a great job of tracking that puck.
Rolling puck. Look at that thing. It looked like a top on its way out as it spun and rolled. Boy, physical play here. There's going to be some bruising for sure.
Well, and I think Elk River's been effective. They're not just checking to check. It does have purpose, and it's been very effective so far.
Played up through center ice. Gets away from Bergsland. No ice on. Nope, they're going to call icing on the play. I thought I heard no. Well,
I thought it should have been no. I thought he could have played that puck. It just hopped over his stick. But regardless, it's going to come down into the Elk River zone to Kojal's left. 11:30 to go in the second period. Both teams are kind of trading punches. Elk River comes down for a little offensive zone time, but it's been Wayzata primarily in the last couple minutes. Elk River bottled up.
This pass rink wide they go. Oh, they try to backdoor that one. The oncoming Joel Matthews lays it down to Bergsland from the right wing side up high in the point. Sends that wide of the mark. Tomzik is there. Forces it down. Oh, they got a chance up high. Shot. Ooh, that one turned aside by Kojal. Nice one there. It's a blocker pad on that. Michaelis plays this around the wall. Greniak watched it. And as that was played back in behind, nice physical play by the Elks to force a turnover. This has by far been the most physically combative game of the three between the 8 teams that we've, the 4 games rather, between the 8 teams we've seen out here so far. Cross the line, stick save, turn to the left by Fraga. Here come the Elks as they possess down to the corner. Tucked back in, nifty play there. Nice job at the line. Oh, are they going to say too many? No. No, let's take a look at this. I think he was up and out.
Yeah.
Ben Gustafson's a little fired up. I kind of got to agree here. Let's see. But it's a tough call, so let's give it a look.
Well, he was very definitive on that call, regardless.
Watch the puck here, Bart. Okay, so now that guy.
No, I thought it was a good hold. Actually, I thought it was a good hold too, but going to be too many men on the ice, and it's going to be the Ethan Schultz has got to jump in for his teammate and serve this penalty. But again, I know I say the word challenge a lot, but this is really a big challenge for this Elk River team. Obviously, a penalty they didn't want to take, and Wayzata working in the neighborhood of about 33.3, so they score 1 every 3 opportunities. So Elk River's got to pick up their teammate and kill this penalty off.
It was awfully close. Power play, as you mentioned, Bart, at a 2-1 score here in the second. Look at that. Face-off win. It's going to be Foss. Michaelis too far for the talented forward. Instead, taken back out of the zone by Carson Peters from the center red line, hard off the boards and back in behind. Guided away there by the goaltender, Josh Kojal. Trojans now from the right corner. Peters plays it rink wide for Mortensen, back for Peters. Plays this one down to the corner, back up for Peters. Wrist shot that hits a man on the way in. I believe that was Lutke, who's working the frame in front. Peters gets it back, lays it over to the left side for Mortensen, back door, and a chance there, a big shot taken by Siemens. Liked how that one developed.
Yeah, the junior forward had big eyes on that one. He had what was a wide open net, but Kojal, nice job of sliding over, nice side to side on that one to close the door on that one. Just 1:12 left in the penalty to this Elks squad. So far they've weathered the challenge, and when called upon, Kojal made a big save.
And they've been content to work it down low to Siemens off the right side on that series of possession. Kimlinger plays that back in behind. Now they'll get it to the left side. Matthews up for Bergsland. Matthews top of the left circle, picked off. Look out, it's Humphrey, he can fly. Back up ice he
got
goes.
help.
He's got help with Mass. Not going to fool Berglund with that, who said, here you go. Back up ice. That one gets through Greniak. Played off the boards by Nelson. That shot misses the mark. Trojans now will control with it. Fairchild up to the line. Matthews down low. Fairchild, shallow angle. Nice save. Colgel gets the pad down. It was a quick start by the Trojans with the 2-0 lead, but so far Colgel and company have shut the door, and they're looking to kill the penalty here with 10 to go in it. That's pretty much going to do it. Fraga quickly ahead for one last rush. Berglund, now it's going to be on the stick of Moni. Berglund gets it back. We're even strength now as they kill off the too many penalty. And here come the Elks back up the ice. Ooh, that one's deflected away off the stick. Back into the corner it goes. Schultz is there as he's jammed on the play. Big check again in front of the right wing wall as it's sent back up through center. That gets away from Foss. Loose puck. Coltrell plays it away. Look out! Oh! Oh! My word, that hit Ferry right in front, and that did not feel good. He took it off the kneecap.
Boy, he's still feeling it too.
There absolutely is. He's battling it through like every defenseman would. There's a shot in on goal. They better not allow a goal here or Ferry's going to be bitter. Berglund plays it rink wide. There's a wrist shot, deflects in front. That one misses the mark. Now it's Podiak who plays that. It's going to be picked up by the Elks as they play that one through. Quickly ahead it goes at the line. Schneider, they got numbers. He's going to send a shot in. Oh, and what a save made there. He just read that and made the save, but that was something.
Yeah, indeed it was. It was Colgel that made himself vulnerable, but as you said, it was Ferry that came out and took one for the team. I think he's fine. He just had to adjust his equipment a little bit. But then Elk River went off on the line change, and that's where the second period comes into play. Oh, it looks like he's going to go.
That's another Trojan that's headed off. He's got his arm in that's Waggy.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. If anything changes, we'll try to forward that information. But then they came down 5-on-1, so a shot on top of the dot was a blessing for Elk River. It allowed Colgel to hang on to that in a very, very trying moment. Still 2-1.
Up high to the left point through the slot. Stopped by Colgel as he fights that one off. This has been a bruising game between these two teams.
There's still a lot of hockey to play, too.
7:05 to go. Play of the game, though, goes to Ferry, who is in front and blocked that shot. That was incredible.
Uh-oh.
Here they go. Humphrey up ice. He's going to be closed in on. Wrist shot off the glove of Fraga. And back in behind the net. Controlled by North. Up to the left wing side. Siemens to center. Try to play that through Greniak. And he comes away with it. Siemens poke checked by Humphrey, and now he'll gain the line. The Wayzata forward dangles. They shoot. Oh, I thought that one was destined for the back of the net, but Colgel said no. It kind of rolled up on the shooter there. I believe that was Lutke with the chance. And here they come again. Fairchild. Oh, inside out. Nifty pass. They missed the mark there. Twice I thought I was going to call one.
Well, and Austin Humphrey did the responsible thing and just iced that puck down. It looked like Elk River started to get gassed a little bit, but a couple really good opportunities by this Trojan team. Point blank. Colgel, that's what good goalies can do. They pick you up when your team is struggling a little bit, and that's exactly what the Elk River goaltender did at that juncture. 6:07 left in the second period. Wayzata pressing hard, but Elk River holding on.
Shots now read 32-12 in favor of the Trojans.
Well, and it's not just that 32 number, Pete, but the good quality chances are growing as well for this Trojan team.
They've been certainly turning it on here in the second period as we're at the 6 minutes left in the period. Peters falling backwards. Wrister, they turn and shoot. Colgel makes the save. Moni on it, plays it behind the net. Foss will race to play this one up the right wing. Butchard plays that through everyone. A bounding puck into the Trojan zone. No icing on the play. Back into the corner, it's Mortensen. They'll fish this one up to the wing. Played back into the corner. Borchard jam. Ooh, goes down heavily into the boards. There's absolutely a run there with a heavy hit. Foss, slot. Ooh, that one over the top of the goal on the bid from Rickard. He's had a good game here tonight. He's been all over the offensive zone.
Absolutely. Nice feed by Foss as well.
Oh, Butchard, nice job to get up off the ice. Battled his way through that shift.
Well, and I think the important part of that, P. Wagner, is it's not just the Michaelis line that's being effective. This line was very effective, got some good opportunities, took a couple hits to make a play, but they got it where they wanted to. Foss, as you said, I think you said to Rickard, got a good shot on goal. Nice save by Fraga, who hasn't seen a whole lot of action this period, called upon. Oh, poor time for the twig to break.
Oh, they had a man breaking. Delayed penalty coming up behind the play.
Going to be a holding or interference penalty to Foss. He broke the twig kind of in no man's land. Really a tough situation for the big defenseman, but he at least interrupted the play. Otherwise, it would have been 2-on-1 with a couple talented forwards up front. So not a bad penalty, kind of an unfortunate situation for the Elks. 5:07 left in the second period. Once again, have to pick up their teammate. And Foss has played an outstanding game, so I'm sure Elk River's motivated to kill this one off. So faceoff is going to be to Kojal's left. 5:07 as we said, but a big bopper for this Elks team in the box.
Joey Foss, one of their better players on the blue line. He has 4 goals entering this game, and he's just such a great positional force out there. Up to the line, North with it, plays that one for Bergsland. Finds Fairchild, back to the left side. Now Matthews back up for Bergsland. Surveys. Now it's going to be Matthews for Fairchild. Bergsland again. Try to play this one off the end boards. Nice use of the wall there. Matthews for Bergsland. Broken record for you. Just stop talking for a minute. Now back into the corner it goes. Walking out and playing that one high is Fairchild. Bergsland. Right now they're just content to stay in the box and stay down low and let them work the perimeter. Fairchild back in behind the net. Looks to play that one over for Matthews. Back up for Bergsland. Down to the low goal mouth area. Bergsland is there, and that one's going to be whistled with the net off its post. A minute left in the power play.
And the faceoff's going to go to Kojal's right, so it was initiated by Elk River. But really nice job by Wayzata to seal the zone off. Elk River kept trying to clear the puck when they got possession of it, and they just wouldn't allow it. So nice job by Wayzata to kind of stack the blue line and keep the puck in play. But you know, sometimes the net coming off the mooring's not a bad situation, especially when you're a man down. It gives you a chance to get some fresh defenders out there.
Good win by the Trojans off the draw. Peters plays that over for Mortensen. Back in behind, they play it with Podiak. Now in control with it is Lukey to the near corner. Nice check thrown there by the Elks down low and ripped around the wall by Nelson. Chasing that one down, though, are the Trojans. That's Podiak to win the battle there. Siemens comes away with it. Up to the line, near side. Peters loads it up. Redirect. That one misses the mark. Beautiful setup for Siemens.
Great vision by Peters on that as well.
Just missed it there. Yeah, the shot pass, the shafts, if you will. Back in from the corner. They'll walk to a shallow angle. That deflects up, I believe, off the goalie and out of play.
Yeah, and I think that was Podiak that tried to go short side just under the bar, but Kojal, as he's done so many times, makes his body big, and that one ramps up and out of play. So faceoff should be actually in the Elk River zone. Just 17 seconds left on the penalty to the big Joey Foss. But I think Elk River, you know, obviously having to defend, they get some tired legs chasing the puck around a little bit. But Wayzata's done a nice job of keeping possession of the puck, but getting in tight. When they do, it's Kojal that comes up with a big save at a big time for his team.
It's what I call a real big difference maker here, Kojal. Net off its posts as they're going to try and freeze it down. I've never seen that work.
No, but you appreciate the effort anyway.
Duly noted. Trojans again in control now. It's going to be Bergsland. Far side, Tomzik down to the corner for Matthews. Back up for Tomzik for Bergsland. Back for Tomzik. Full strength are the Elks. Here they come with the 5th attacker. Off the glass. And looking to work the zone with Schultz. Puck rattles into the center ice area. Butchered with it across the line. They look like they're offside at the line there, but we play on. All the way through everyone as Stroh is going to regroup at his own zone. He has Greniak to his left. Off the boards, read neatly there by Joel Matthews. Back into the corner. Matthews now comes together, throws the body to get some extra space from Stroh. Watches him as he gets away from him. Look at the skill on the senior captain. Bergslund. Shots deflected, misses the mark off Greniak. And up to the line it goes. Trojans, this is 5-on-5, folks. Matthews now back up to the line. Now it's going to be Bergslund. Rister, that hits traffic. Butchert's there as he's going to try to clear the zone. Can't. We had this happen in our last game. Back off the boards it goes. Scores! Oh! Bar down.
Yeah, and that was going to be Joel Matthews, short side, just under the bar. They've tried many times. That's the first time they succeeded. That's a big goal. 2:04 left in the second period. Now Wayzata back up by 2. You could sense that something was coming, and it was Matthews that finished that play. Now it's 3-1 Wayzata up to Elk River in this last 2:04 to get a little bit of a pushback or at least kind of reestablish themselves, but it was all Wayzata for the last couple minutes.
That was a heck of a shift.
Yeah, it was some residual value from that power play. They had the momentum, they had the mojo working, and Elk River chasing the play just a little bit, but they finally solved the riddle called Kojo. 3-1, 2:03 left in the second period.
A little breathing room again for the Trojans. They had the 2-0 lead, then at 2-1. Here they now sit at 3-1 late in the second period with $1:53 to go in it. They'll play this one to the corner with Lutke. Siemens is there. This Trojans team in the offensive zone slash will be called there on Siemens. Pick that up on the replay for you.
Well, got a little aggressive on that one. It seemed like a little lethargic getting out of the zone by Elk River. It just seemed like they had the heavy feet, and it was a slash. You can see it here.
Right.
Right.
They're the old, that's what I'd like to say, Bart, the old how's she going?
Yeah. Got his money's worth. It's going to bring the face-off all the way down into the Wayzata Trojan zone to Fraga's right. Just 1:38 left, but what a great opportunity it is for Elk River to cut this deficit by 1. Starts in the face-off circle.
Clean win to Greniak from Michaelis. Oh, a shot pass, saved by Fraga. Nice job there by the goaltender. Shallow angle, they try to go short side. Fraga, it's crazy down there.
Humphrey.
Scores! Humphrey with his second goal of the game. Off the scramble, it's now 3-2.
Well, Humphreys, as you said, second goal of the game, 7th this season, but what a big goal it was for his team. You can see the energy in Elk River just get somewhat buoyant, but it was just a situation where they couldn't catch up with the puck. It was Fraga that made a couple initial saves, but Humphrey saw the loose puck out in that slot area and just pulled it to some space and went up under the crossbar. But Humphrey picked up his team when they needed it the most. Now it's a 1-goal game, 1:26 left in the second period. Both teams are going to want to finish this period strong.
The power play marker, a big deal right there. You're right, Bart. 1:26 to go. Humphrey with his second of the game, 7th of the year. Now tied for second. The team lead with Greniak in goals. Leading the way is Michaelis with his 8. Back behind the net. Elks now in possession. They look up ice. Humphrey was there, but Bergslund had turned it away. Humphrey leaves this one off. Michaelis in stride across the line. Who gets through a slash and plays that one in on goal as Fraga turns it aside with the pad. Back up ice. Matthews had that nifty short side shelf a moment ago. Blocker pad and a rebound. Tomczyk following that play up. 42 to go in the period. Mass, now it's going to be handled by the Elks. Play this one to Humphrey as he'll walk it up the ice. Forced wide. He's going to leave it up to Foss at the line. Not much room there. Oh, nice job. The big stick in the reach. Oh, that was an ugly collision with he and Moni as it's played off the left wing boards and taken in stride by Siemens. Jammed in front of the penalty box area. And it'll be the Elks ferry Foss now. 5 to go in the period. They keep it wide. Bergslund with one last shot. Lets it rip for good measure. That hit his man in front. Lutke, how's she going?
Well, here we are, a 1-goal game, second period in the books. As it stands, it was Wayzata that really kind of inflicted their will for a good period of time in that period, but as Elk River does, they don't need many opportunities, especially when Austin Humphrey's in the area, but we're 3-2. It promises to be a track meet in this third period, but it's been a great game so far. I look for that trend to continue into the third.
Indeed it does. We're going to hear from our sponsors. Among them is the exercise coach in Eden Prairie. It's been a great thing for yours truly. Check them out along with Tradition Companies and more. Third period coming up for you right after this.
Like you didn't have time to work out? Do you have a hard time believing you could really get in shape, lose weight, or stick with exercise? As a busy person, does it all just sound too complicated? We've worked with thousands of people who've had those same concerns. People who have a real desire to take care of their bodies, but have trouble moving from intentions to real results. Based on 20 years of development and cutting-edge science, we have created a breakthrough and totally data-driven exercise program that can fit into anyone's schedule. It's all about quality over quantity. In just 20 minutes twice a week with one of our certified coaches, you can finally enjoy strength and experience success. Most traditional workouts fail to deliver the results people desire because they aren't designed with individuals in mind. Our Smart 20 workout measures your unique makeup, and our trainers are there to make sure you get a workout that's designed perfectly for you. Never before has there been a combination of strength and conditioning put together in such a safe and efficient manner that's totally accessible to everyone regardless of their current fitness level. Thousands of people have seen the results and shared their stories, but don't just take our word for it. Don't take the word of our thousands of success stories. Come in and try it for yourself. We believe so passionately in how we can help you that we are offering you the chance to get a free trial of our Smart 20 training sessions with one of our knowledgeable coaches. There is absolutely no commitment on your end. Plus, we'll answer all of your questions about how to meet your health, weight loss, and fitness objectives. What have you got to lose? Come in for your free personal Smart 20 sessions. Register for your free sessions by signing up at exercisecoach.com.
Hockey continues right here on mnhockey.tv, along with Chad Schumacher. He's the owner of Tradition Wealth Management. I'm Pete Wagner, Between Periods. And Chad, I always enjoy these chats because you've got one heck of a juggernaut working here at Tradition Wealth Management. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Let's talk a little bit about who is Tradition Wealth Management, what you guys do, and give me a little bit of a history lesson on how all this started for you.
Great, thanks, Pete. Yeah, we've been around since 2003. One of my best friends who was in the business, Jake Annebeck, they own Tradition Companies. We played against each other. We were in high school. They were looking to branch out and get another avenue company going, and we got together, and Tradition Wealth Management's been here since 2003.
It's amazing. You guys locked horns in high school, and you still are, aren't you? With the little Lakeville South, Lakeville North action.
Correct, yeah. There is only one part of Lakeville, right?
Sorry. I just say who's winning the battle. I guess I don't need to go there.
Yeah,
so as far as your office is concerned, is there future growth? I mean, how many employees do you have, and where are you guys located?
Yeah, right now we have offices here in Edina, Woodbury, downtown St. Paul, and we recently opened up North Oaks, and Wayzata will be opening up in February. So we have 20 people now. We're probably going to go to 25 to maybe 30 over the next 5 years.
Look at you going to Wayzata Street, as I like to call it. Yeah. Wow, very impressive. The cash center of the West Metro. What makes Tradition Wealth Management unique, Chad?
Well, I'd say certainly our people. I mean, I got the best staff. Everybody says that, but everybody's been here, for almost 20 years. It's, being specialized in there. We really specialize that each different person has their own plan, and everybody goes through a plan. So we try to separate it. We've kind of created a private family office for people that don't need a private family office and take care of all public securities. Most of our clients have been here, 10 plus years, if not, since we've been in the business. So we feel very fortunate. And now we recently opened up our sports management division for some of the athletes that we're working for. And so, we really want to make sure we can help all those people stay on the right path as well.
So as far as the type of personnel that you have here, you touched on that a little bit earlier there. What makes them unique? What do you look for in the people that you bring in here?
Well, obviously they're going to have a passion. We don't want it just to be just a job. People pay us a lot of money to make sure that their monies are in good hands, that the service is impeccable, that we do nothing but have a positive attention to their accounts. We realize we're going to have ups and downs all the time, but as long as we stay consistent, we're going to tend to keep people for a long time at our firm.
Yeah, I think you guys have a unique way of reaching out. One of the things Scott Boyning said from the bank side of things, it's really big time word of mouth. And if you take care of your people, that's what happens. I'm sure that's part of what your strategy too as well is. But what else have you guys done? Can you talk on your network a little bit and how you've built that out?
Yeah, well, over the years, obviously it's a small community. Whether it's hockey or a lot of people know everybody in there. You can have a reputation for 25 years and lose it in one day. So you always got to be on top of your game. We practice what we preach. We're in the community all the time. I'm on the board of Hope Kids, which is a local charity for kids who have life-threatening illnesses. We have Tradition Pass It On. We're always out there trying to help give back.
And by giving back, so many people have benefited from that. And, I know it's from those exercises that not only myself, but others are now aware of your great company.
Yeah, no, it's been very fortunate. We're blessed to have good people not only here at Tradition Wealth Management, but all the other brands that are out there. So, a lot of the networking is just done intercompanies with our clients, and they know that they're going to get top-notch attention. And so, naturally, it's a good fit for them to be introduced to us. And it's been a very blessed place to work.
So you have a lot of growth that's going on. You're obviously opening another office out in Wayzata. How much have you seen your world here grow as far as maybe the past year or so? As obviously things are humming along pretty well. How have you guys been impacted that way?
Yeah, we're having a record year as far as the people that we're working with. There's a lot of volatility in the market. There's a lot of people selling companies. There's a lot of money in motion. We have various things that we run into all the time. There's always enough to stay busy. And we're trying to get to $1 billion here in the next couple of years. So we have a little bit ways to go here in the next couple of years, but with I think some of these new places that we're opening up, there's plenty of people that we can help, and I know that a lot of people need the help.
Finally, how do I get a hold of you at Tradition Wealth Management?
You can call our main office line, which is 952-563-6500, and they can get a hold of you. Our website is www.traditionwealth.com, and my individual email address is chads@traditionwealth.com.
I have to say that through personal experience, this is a great organization to work with. It's very personalized. It's worth it. Give it a call. Why not? You're already on the air with us during the hockey games. Make it even better. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Pete. Appreciate it.
Once again, it's Chad Schumacher. He's the owner of Tradition Wealth Management. We'll have more action coming up for you right after this. Securities offered through Pro Equities, Inc., a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Tradition Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Tradition Wealth Management, LLC is independent of Pro Equities, Inc. We get ready to start the third period. Thanks for joining us here. How about a scoring summary, Bart Archer?
All right. In the first period, it was Kimlinger that opened the scoring at the 2:43 mark from Moni and Bergsland. And then it was Moni with his 7th at the 3:13 mark. And then Elk River answered Humphrey with his 6th from Greniak and Nelson at 15:09. That's where the period ended, 2-1 Wayzata. And then Wayzata opened it up. Matthews with a 7th from Moni and Bergsland at 14:56. And there was a little activity down in the Wayzata zone, waiting for a little clarification. Then it was Humphrey that brought out the scoring his 2nd goal of the game, 7th of the season from Moss, 15:34 on the power play. That's where we stand right now. 3-2. Wayzata has the advantage. Offensive zone face-off for Elk River. Looked like they thought they had a goal, but the referee waved it off. Boy, I tried to go FedEx on that and get through that as quick as I could. Didn't go so well, Pete.
For your fatigue factor, not bad, Bart.
Not too bad.
And it has nothing to do with here. You've just been here for 2, so you've had a full day of work.
Yeah. Love being here, though.
You deal with. I looked outside, and it's just. How can it be pouring for that long? I mean, it's like we're going to be flooded on the way home. I mean, there's nowhere for the stuff to go.
Well, the drive to work in the morning is going to be awful interesting for everybody.
You going to put your skates on?
Yeah. Better get them sharp and get an edge on them.
No. Do you know how to handle sharp skates at this age?
Oh, absolutely. I'm like Joel Matthews out there. Oh. No, I'm not. That's,
yeah.
Sorry, Joel.
He can snipe, but can you?
Well, I can snipe. That's about the only thing I can do.
Michaelis is there. Oh, you're going to the hands.
Yep.
Back in behind. Fraga is there. By the way, Jason Eisold, your rink manager here, said, "Where's Bart? I want to meet Bart."
Oh, well, we've talked many times
customers.
through emails. Well, he's one of my favorites because he's always accommodated us because we get ice time here through from May through August, and he's been very accommodating. It's always a great facility.
Across the line they go with it. Rickard. Lutke gets it back. Nice little feed to him from Fairchild. Oh, nifty move. And that one misses the mark.
Not by much.
Excited to be recording Paulie's podcast tomorrow with Ken Paulie after their game with the Wayzata Trojans.
Sure.
Be posting that on the mnhockey.tv. I'm going to be catching up with Sean Goldsworthy. Be doing a hawk dish as well. That's going to be tomorrow with the Florida Panther scout Fred Bandel.
I think we did a radio show with him previously about 2 years ago on ESPN Radio. He's a very engaging man, but those podcasts are fabulous. If you haven't had a chance to tune them in, find them, listen to them. They're exceptionally entertaining and gives you a different perspective on things as well.
Well, you can catch up with your favorite team as well.
Absolutely.
Goldie's podcast from the Skippers. We'll be checking in with him early next week.
It's got a nice alliteration, doesn't it? Goldie's podcast.
Well, there's a G and a P, but yeah.
Oh.
How about ring? Across the line they go. Alliteration would have to be Goldie's.
Right. Well, I meant to say
Speaking
it rolls
of
off
Goldie,
the tongue quite well.
How do you feel about that Gopher win last night? They went from average to elite.
Well, that was a good win.
I mean, if I have to hear that word in culture one more time.
Well, I get you, but he's trying to change. It looks like he's finally turning the corner a little bit.
Good, nice win, good.
Well, there's some good things going on in the program.
I know, but if I have to hear elite in culture, it's not fooling me. I'm not buying it.
No.
Just get it done. Stop talking. Back up to the neutral zone. I want to go on Falveen next.
Oh.
Because they're next. Rink wide it goes.
The
Greniak.
crosshairs.
That's part of the podcast stuff you can get from
I was going to say that should be another podcast, Wags Crosshairs. You don't want to be in there.
It doesn't mean a thing either.
It's all
What
fun.
do I know? Bergsland with it. Up for Lewis. He has Matthews with it. This line has given the Elks a little bit of trouble for Wayzata. I mean, they're quick on the puck and they're highly skilled. They get to you, they close on you like this right here. See that? That puck rolls up. They get to it. Matthews can change on a dime. He's got the quick hands. There's a shot that deflects wide of the mark. And then there's another guy that hustles in on it. Just hard working. That's Moni as he comes away with it. Looks up high to the line. Nice job to go rink wide there. Shot by Bergsland. Ooh, hit his man up high right in the kitchen. Bergsland again. That one's wide of the mark. Now it's Matthews that tried to pull that out of traffic. Michaelis plays it along the wall. This is against the top unit as Michaelis, Mass, and Humphrey are scrambling in the defensive zone. That one hits a man in front. Now it's Matthews again. He's going to watch this one. At some point, these guys got to be fatiguing, chasing the puck around. That one hits a stick on the way in, and a shot there was attempted by Kimlinger. There's a bomb. Oh, Mass takes that one off the boot.
He's up.
He fought that off, though. It's throbbing. We know that. Rolling puck. Gathered in. Kimlinger's shot. Another save made by Kogel. He's been terrific. Oh! Humphrey pickpocketed by Moni. Said, I'll take that. Thank you very little. Back to the line. It's Bergslund. Leaves this one up to the near side as Seaman steps on the ice. That's a blocker pad save. Turn to the near side. This line has been out for a bit. Ferry now is going to carry across the line as he sends that one in deep. He's going to follow it in, the only man there. Trojans up through center ice. Foss with it. All of that for nothing for the Trojans. Possession, but they still have the 3-2 lead, and that's it.
Well, and they kept Elk River hemmed up in their own zone, so they couldn't get fresh legs out there, but they dodged that bullet. Wayzata came, first 5 minutes of the period, Wayzata just comes out with severe energy, and it was Elk River that actually weathered that storm. So nice job by Elk River in a very trying situation, but boy, Wayzata's forecheck is just tenacious.
Back in across the line, and a big check thrown there. Schultz. Again behind the net. Tomzik is there. Played down with a mitt by Foss. The big frame in front with a chance for Butchard. That one didn't get through. That one all the way through the blue paint. Now Foss comes away with it. Wrister, look out. That nearly hit the ref right into the solar plexus. Scores! Oh, what a chance off the end boards. Schultz ties us at 3.
Well, Elk River did a nice job of hemming Wayzata up in their zone. A wide shot by Foss almost picked off the referee, but they maintained control. Once they gathered it up, went from the end wall out to Ethan Schultz, and the senior forward deposited it in for his second goal of the season. A big goal it was. Now we're not at a 3, 11:24 left in regulation time. Elk River's got some energy, got some life. But what always happens is when Elk River scores, this Wayzata team shows a lot of character and gumption and gets back after it. A nice pushback.
How about this? A stunner at Braemar as the Breck Mustangs come up with 3 unanswered in the third period.
Oh, wow.
To win 4-2 over Edina in the battle of the state champions. The Class A team takes out the big power, the Hornets. So Breck will be playing in the championship game. They come across the line. That's going to be on demand and an instant classic, I'm sure. It's available on the Edina Girls page here if you're interested in checking that one out.
Well, it was a nice shot by Nick Gardner. Right-handed shot on the left wing at the left circle. Kind of a fluttering shot. It fooled Kogel just a little bit. He made the initial save, but then the puck danced around. He covered it, but very heady play because there was some Wayzata support down low. Just under 11 minutes ago. We're all tied up in the third period.
This has been just an absolute barn burner.
Yeah, something for everybody. A little physicality, a little skill, a little speed.
I mean, you've had some teams taking over control of the game. You know, they've had moments. That shot in on goal. You know, that goal was scored by Schultz after Wayzata had put about a 3-minute licking on Elk River in the offensive zone. Now it's going to be to the right wing side, Fairchild. One-timer, pad save, Kogel. That's a beauty. That's shot number 44 on him. To the near side with North. Back door. Kogel is there again. Wow, extends the pad is right, Bart Archer. Kimlinger stopped at the doorstep. He's not going to be denied through the slot area. Oh, he's pickpocketed by Humphrey. Back up ice he goes. He's going to leave off. Michaelis. Oh, he somehow gets away from North, goes down to one knee. Looked like North was beat, but got enough of him.
And Coach Gustafson, I think, wants a penalty on that one. Not going to get it.
Still got the hand up in the air.
Yep.
It's like he's got the question for the teacher who's blown him off because it's all about the lecture. All about me. Play to the near side. Mortensen. The great Dr. Alan Johnson, University of Minnesota. Remember him?
I do.
Weather and climate. Not at all like that. Has to be played back up. One of my favorites.
That's where the story began, Wags.
Really? That's how this all began. Bart and I met in that class.
I went from a straight A student to about a C- because all we did was talk hockey the whole time.
We wrote up trivia quizzes.
No, you wrote them up. I just answered them all.
And then we debated them.
Right.
Foss across the line. That was awesome.
More interesting than climatology.
It got you through it, though.
Yeah, it did. Oh, here we go.
Sorry about that on the grade. I had that way with people. Fairchild tried to work through traffic. Siemens was there in front to the slot area. Back in behind the net. Nice job by the defense to turn that one over. Shoveled up the boards. Blaine Johnson with the body there. Now it's Peters across the line. He'll work it back in behind down low. Nice positional play by Ferry as he works his way through traffic. Surveys the scene. Cross center red. Stopped by Peters. Oh, Ferry gets it back. Look out. Shot that misses the mark. That was a quick one taken there by Schultz again. Now across the line, Lewis in front. Oh, that was a good chance there for Schneider. It's a fever pitch here at the St. Louis Park Rec Center. It's awesome stuff. In front of the bench area. Now it's the Elks. They try to feed a man through center, and that misses the mark, and icing the call with 8:05 to go in the period.
Well, a moment for Elk River. It was Ferry that lost his stick down into the Wayzata zone, so came back to try to help defend. Went by his bench, didn't get a stick, so it was like a 5-on-4.5, but they weathered that battle one more time. But an offensive zone faceoff for this Trojan team. They've had good success in the dot, especially in the offensive zone. Just 8:05 left in regulation time. Big faceoff.
Pulled back to the line. Kogel didn't see that shot from Bergsland as it's chopped to the line. North pinches in with the body. Nice job there. And to the near boards they go. Michaelis in transition. They've got Mask screeching to the goal line. Now it's going to be Michaelis again. He leaves it up to the line. Rister, that misses the mark. They're going to play this one ahead. Ooh, a big check throw in there. Michaelis throws the leather. That on Kimlinger. Elks, Mass to center. Now it's going to be Michaelis again across the line, loses the handle. Helped out, though, to the corner by Mass. North plays the body there. Nice job by him to pull that one away as he looks up ice. Gets some help from Matthews, who plays that back in behind for Bergsland. Right wing, trickled to the line and held in by Ferry. Humphrey is wedged by Matthews, who tries to turn his way up to the boards and work it out of the zone, but he gets some help. Does Austin Humphrey? That's Butchert there. He gets a stick to the back and stays on the puck. Rolls up again. They keep it alive, and they're going to say a hand pass on the Elks.
Well, a pretty good battle by Elk River and Wayzata just on the half wall right in front of the Wayzata bench, but there was some good scrums going on. A lot of big bodies for this Elk River team, and it was Matthews that actually held off Austin Humphreys, but the faceoff is going to come all the way down, hand pass in the offensive zone by Elk River. But it looks like Elk River really is I don't want to say they're comfortable. You don't play against the Wayzata Trojans and be comfortable, but they look like they have some confidence in their game.
Got a little issue with the official here in the penalty box. Todd Grover will zoom in on that. Looks like he's got an issue with his hand. Gonna tape that up. Probably a little bit of blood drawn there some way, somehow.
You have to address it.
You can't have that dripping all over the place.
No worse for the wear. And 6:54 left in the third period, knotted at 3.
To the line.
Oh,
poke
nice.
Back up. They've got numbers. Here they go. On the puck, it's Rickard. Loads it up. He wanted the top short side blocker. No. Nothing but glass there. In front of the Trojan bench area, it's sent right back in and behind as they'll look to break out to the left wing. Siemens. Fairchild can't get it deep, and now they're backpedal with Tomzik. Plays that one rink wide off the boards by Mortensen. In front of the bench area, nice body there. Oh, good look. Scores! What a play by Lutke. Creates the turnover with the body and goes in and finishes it.
Wow, really nice play. He used his body to protect that puck and went in all alone on Kogel and went short side. I think Kogel got his glove on that one, but the momentum of the puck carried it in. But boy, that's a big goal. I like the celly too. You can tell he's been there before. But nice play by Wayzata. 6:13 left in regulation time. Now the onus is back on Elk River to answer back. And the way they've been playing, I expect some heat on Danny Fraga, the senior goaltender for Wayzata.
Fraga's going to need to make a few more big saves to keep the Elks off the board, who trail by a score of 4-3 against the Trojans right now. It's a big goal score there. I love the body, though, that forced the turnover there.
Yeah, indeed. That's textbook how to protect or how to get to the puck and protect it with your body. But that's his 4th goal of the season. Big goal.
Matthews now. Ooh, look at that quick.
Boy, he reminds me.
A little inside out, the mitts.
He reminds me a little bit, and I might be stretching a little bit, but Jet Jungles on the Edina Hornets. A lot of stops and starts, a lot of misdirections, but he makes you work awful hard, and he can fatigue you in a hurry.
That was quite the comparison there. Tim Kolomainen, are you heading out? Oh, okay.
No, he's got work to do. Not done yet.
Nobody wants to go out in the pouring rain. I really wanted to transition to snow, actually.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, down goes a Trojan player. Mass tripped up by Kimlinger, and he's going to go for a trip. Not so sure about that as Kimlinger, but the referee says doesn't matter. You're going, buddy.
Well, he's still trying to plead his case to the referee. Not going to have too much success.
That, have you?
No.
You only could lose.
And the referee coming over for more attention on the hand. But really a great opportunity. This is what the doctor ordered for Coach Ben Gustafson and the Elk River Elks offensive zone faceoff. Got the big hitters out there, and they're going to get an opportunity. 5:52 left in regulation time. Penalty to Wayzata. And this Elk River power play came into this game at about a 44% mark. They already have a power play tally, looking to build on that.
Up high to the line. Michaelis for Foss. He's got a heavy shot, misses the mark. Michaelis winds over. There's a big check thrown by Mass to no avail.
Mass has thrown his body around tonight.
He's been very physical. This has been a heavy bruising game between these two teams. Hard to play against. I'm sure the coaches love that compliment. Back in behind the net. Humphrey looked for Foss. Ooh, they nearly had a man. They could spring Fairchild. They do. Nice job to open up. Fairchild in on goal. Oh, what a save by Kojal.
Wow.
Keeps it a 1-goal affair. Back the other way they come now. The Elks across the line. Michaelis to the corner. Tries to spin off a would-be checker. And the puck is cleared to center with Ferry quickly transitioning back up ice across the line. Ferry's going to take it in himself. And there's a veteran play by Bergsland to get the stick on that one up and out of play.
Well, this defensive core for Wayzata has been very effective, whether it be North or Bergsland. As a group, they do very, very well playing solid position, but they do the right plays. Another example of just a subtle play. Might not show up in the box score, but it really allows a team to get fresh legs out of the ice. And it's going to be Coach Gustafson calling a timeout for the Elks. They have 53 seconds left on the penalty to Kimlinger, so he just wants to get his ones a chance to catch their breath, refocus, and make one final push. But time is of the essence for this Elk River squad. Wayzata just needs to get through this 53 seconds, being shorthanded, and get back to playing Trojan hockey. But it's going to be exciting final 5 minutes of this game.
So we have 4:45 to go, 53 on the penalty to Kimlinger. Just to reset what Bart said, 4-3 the score. Shots on goal read 47-22 in favor of Wayzata. You know, Josh Kojal has been the story here. He's been so good, just absolutely finishing things off. No question there. That was a hot dog that paid a visit there. Sorry about that. I had a few here tonight.
It tastes better the second time around, right?
God, that. Sorry about that. Came out of nowhere. That's what happens when you start to hit the 50s. Anyway, with that said, tomorrow we got a big day coming up.
Everybody's laughing with you.
I hope
as they look at each other.
Either with or at me. Groves, our cameraman's laughing.
The only one that's not laughing is Earnhardt, just because he's a young man.
He doesn't get it.
He will eventually, and in 30 years, that's going to make sense to you.
He's going to know what the term is. It just slipped means.
Right.
I don't know. It just slipped.
Man. Offensive zone face-off for Elk River. Golden opportunity for them. They have to cash in or at least get some
possession
momentum.
Really key here.
Absolutely. And it all starts with the face-off.
If Trojans get it, I mean, it's going to be down to about 30 seconds, you know, by the time they can get there. It is.
Boy, you want to clean
get set up now. We're down to 48 to go on the power play as Kojal will set up for Foss, and they're going to take their time to get the power play swing breakout rolling, but Foss has got some quick feet. Back in across the line to the corner it goes, down to 35, still looking to get some possession to set up, right about what we thought. Humphrey now. It's going to be played by Michaelis into the corner. Bergsland is checked by Mass. Humphrey's going to try and will it out of the corner and gets it for Michaelis up to Foss. He lays it over on the left wing. A wrister. Ooh, traffic in front. And there's Fraga to make the save. Nice job by the goaltender.
Well, indeed it was. Nice side to side. And he hasn't seen a lot of action in tight, at least intermittently. He's seen some pretty challenging shots, but that one was a good one. And it was Foss that actually saw him on the weak side just dish it over. And a nice one-effort shot. But the goaltender made a big save. Just 17 seconds left on the penalty to Kimlinger.
There's a quick catch on that one, and they fire that one in. Elks lift that one wide of the mark. Foss plays that to the left wing. Ooh, that turns over. Matthews can fly, and they're at full strength are the Trojans. Matthews, oh, he gets hooked from behind. Greniak's going to go. Absolutely, he gets hooked again by Foss, but they're only going to take one there.
Well, and it was a play that was necessary to make. Matthews has some pretty good wheels. And
Here it is right here, Mark.
It was Greniak that was trying to catch up with him and just got his sticks in the wicket. Right, referee in good proximity, very definitive on that call. So 3:43 left. Elk River down by a goal. Now going to be a man down. Time to pick up your teammate. And the shorty is not out of the question. They have 3 shorthanded goals so far this year. But one of those shorthanded goal scorers is going to the penalty box for 2.
So the Trojans will try to look to seal this one. All of our games have been quite close with Minnetonka and their 3-1 win over CEC. That one in a empty netter. Vanilla St. Margaret's by 2, 5-3. Maple Grove by 2, 4-2 over Lakeville South.
Been some drama.
Walking up high, it's Bergsland with it. Matthews down to the corner, back up high for Bergsland. That's a shot go that deflects up off the netting and out of play.
Again, nice job by Rickard. We've said his name quite a bit tonight. Just went out and challenged the shooter on that one, and that was Bergsland that took that shot, ramped up and out of play. Off in Elk River 6, so it is going to be in the Elk River zone. And the referee didn't need attention between whistles on this one, so he should be in good shape.
Checked it. Just looked at it. Yep. Must be a bummer. Something happened there. There's Matthews. Boy, I've liked his game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bergsland, Matthews now quickly down to the corner. He's got such quick. Ooh, that took the man in front by surprise, Money. Money now plays back behind for Fairchild. Gets it back from Matthews, who ate the hit. Short side off the side of the cage. Foss comes away with it, plays it. Kimlinger is there. 2:54 to go in the period. 1:10 in the power play. Trojans control, back up to the line. Bergsland with it. Wrister. Oh, they hit. Kojo slides over and makes the save. First one caught him up high. Looks like he knocked the net off.
I was just going to say that, Pete.
See if the ref is going to make the read on that. He just looked and sees
looking.
that. He thought it was okay.
He's good. His hand's fine, too.
Now it's going to be Matthews, rink wide. Back up across center red line. Bergsland with it. Oh, just parting of the Red Sea. Kojo turns that one aside, his 50th shot of the night. 35 to go in the man advantage. Bergsland redirect, another save. They'll play this one back through traffic and cut off by Ferry. Look out, nice stick by Kimlinger. Oh, they've got men that traveled in behind. That was played with a high stick.
And it looks like he's going to come all the way down to the Wayzata zone. If the referee's pointing as an indicator on that, just 2:03 left in the third period. 20 seconds left in the penalty to Greniak, and then they can get him back for final push, but they get a rear offensive zone faceoff, being a man down.
Big break for the Elks with 2:03 to go, 20 on the clock, get a faceoff and a shot, get this thing killed off, get that extra attacker out and get after it.
Well said.
North. Turned over up high at the line. Looks like they're going to get the penalty killed now as the clock on the penalty winds down to 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we have 1:42 in the period. We'll keep our eye on the goaltender, Koschel. Oh, they wanted
They're going to get it too.
Too many. Pat O'Leary and his bench.
Well, they have a point.
All over that.
Well, he came out and actually played the puck right away. I thought he got let out of the box about a second or two too late. But it's almost in a position where the referee's going to have to make the call. But we'll wait and see what the final verdict is. Yeah, too many men on the ice. You know, it's hard to resist. I mean, if the puck's right there and you're going from the penalty box to your bench, it's hard to resist touching that puck, but you have to do it. A little discipline. So this is going to carry this in, and barring another penalty or Wayzata goal, this is going to put Elk River shorthanded for the remainder of the game as there's only 1:37 left in regulation time. I think Pat O'Leary called a timeout just to get the troops back on point. You know, even if you're on the power play, you still have to mind your defensive responsibilities, and I think he's just kind of reiterating what their roles are going to be to close this game out. But very impressive showing by both of these teams.
To me, what we saw in the last one is they sprung a player or two behind the defense. They didn't really care.
Yeah.
And so when you're shorthanded, you can take some chances when it's late in the game right there.
And it almost paid off for him, too.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
you know, at least you might be able to pull them off the blue line. But I always thought the less players in the zone, easier it is to find space and to put some good shots on goal. Interesting to see how this minute 37 is going to play out.
Here we go. We'll face off to the left of the goaltender Josh Kojal,
who's been outstanding tonight. You said that we've reached the 51 shot plateau, but I'd probably say half of those are really good quality saves.
Well, he's had you know, some situations where he's had a save, 2 and 3 rebounds that have been, you know, hammered away at him. He's stayed low and on the ground. He hasn't given up any space there, and he's just been as good as he can get here tonight.
Yep. He's given his chance, the team to win.
Near side, they'll play it to Mortensen. Down to Matthews, back up to Mortensen. He's got Berglund to the right. They'll play it back into the corner. Kimlinger now up for Mortensen. They're just going to possess. Why not? No need to take any chances and stop the clock. Just maintain possession, and if you get a good scoring chance, you take it.
Absolutely.
Like it.
Just be smart.
Berglund with it. Rolled away, back off the goal line. Kimlinger tried to play this one through. Backdoor attempt. There's a stave by Kojal. Oh, and they win the stick battle there. Michaelis tried to clear the zone, couldn't. Strength on this team is so good, and their body positioning. This is a big Wayzata team. They've had to work as hard as he can here. Here they come. We'll see if the goaltender comes with 44 to go.
Here he
Across the line. There he goes. They're going to try to get it to a 5-on-5 situation, and they do. This is all the Trojans wanted to make sure of, is that they didn't have that extra attacker come out to at least turn it into a 5-on-5. Matthews tried to fire that one through. It hits Mass. He goes down and plays this one. They're offside, forced to touch up. Are the Elks to center. That one gets through a skate. They're going to have to race back into their own zone to make the play. That's Nelson with it. Foss comes away. Now Michaelis at the line. Humphrey with 10 to go. Humphrey's shot's blocked. Nice job by Berglund. Humphrey stays on it. Tried to feed a pass for Mass. Glass, and out it goes. The puck will roll with 1 second. And that'll do it for the hockey game. There might have been .1, but it was at the buzzer anyway, as that does it for this hockey game. What a game, Bart Archer.
Well, indeed, it was very entertaining from start to finish. It was Wayzata that came out with the energy, and then Elk River had to answer back. And that was kind of the theme for the night, is Wayzata really pushing the pace, but Elk River showing some character and responding, coming back and tying this game 3-3. It was just a late goal by Wayzata that remained the difference, but a very entertaining game. I think both coaches can take some really good things out of this game from both of their teams. Elk River just has to start a little bit with a little bit more energy, a little bit more focus, but they ran into a kind of a tornado on the Trojans. They came out with some great energy, but if today's any indication of tomorrow, it's going to be a great day of hockey tomorrow.
It'll be a great day of hockey. We start at noon. Be sure to check it out right here at the MNHockey.tv. And, of course, we're going to have the third place and championship game of the Walzer Invitational as well on the Edina Girls channel as well. Thanks for joining us all day. The tradition in the park. It's been great to be back at St. Louis Park for what's been a wonderful tournament. 12 years of doing this. John Barger and his entire team, along with yours truly and our team, thank you. Once again, your final score, Wayzata 4, Elk River 3. So long, everybody.